What's up guys, my name is Kari Essay and I'm back again with another sample. And for this sample that I'm about to break down, it was inspired by the new single by littlesimz, and here's a snippet of that song. And so as usual, I started with a piano, but I started with an electric piano this time from Lounge Lizard, and the name of the preset is Sine Lead, and I'm using a 4/3 chord progression, and this is how the electric piano sounds like. And so the piano repeats again, and then I added other layers in terms of rhythm to make it interesting and not it be the same thing over and over again. And so after that I added a bass from Motor Bass, and the name of the preset is called 70s P bass. And with the electric piano, this is how it sounds like. And so with the bass, I wanted it to play in a very rhythmic way, as opposed to the chords which are playing in a sustained way. And the reason for that, I just wanted to add a vibe and excitement to the sample. I then layered it with a D50 choir, and this is how it sounds like. And so with this choir, I was just adding that ambience to fill up the space in the sample. I then added a Jazzy Trumpet from a plugin called Aminator 2. I also added, I'll play that after this Jazzy Trumpet, and this is how the Jazzy Trumpet sounds like. I then decided to add 2 layers, which is a bell from D50, and the name of this preset is Christmas Time. I also added a sound which sounds sort of like a whistle, and the name of this preset is Happy Whistle from D50 as well. And together with the bell, it sounds like this. And so with these bells, I'm just accenting the chord progression of the sample, nothing much. I then added a ooh choir from Expand, and it sounds like this. I then added a Sine Lead from Expand as well, and the Sine Lead is just playing a melody on top, and it sounds like this. after the Sine Lead, I decided to add an atmosphere type of sound effect just to provide a context of the sample, and this is how it sounds like. And after those instruments, I added an outro sound, which is a pad, and the name of the pad is TUC Blurry Distant Thing from a plugin called Podolsky, and it sounds like this. And so with this pad, it's playing the exact same chord progression which was played by the electric piano. The only difference as to why it sounds like this is I think the whole stock preset of the sound is filled with a lot of reverb and delay. So it provided that ambience type of vibe at the end of the sample. And then with that said, let me show you the effects that are used for the sample. So for the bass guitar, I added an EQ to shape the sound. I then added an Pro C2 compressor from FabFilter to shape the bass frequencies and to actually make them consistent in the mix. And with the D50 choir, I added a chorus plugin to make it a little bit wider. And for the sound from Expand, which is, I don't remember which one it is. I think it's the U choir or the Sine Lead. I sent it to another channel where I added a Valhalla plate to add ambience to the sound. I also took care of the low end from 126 Hz going down with the built-in EQ. And as well for the electric piano from Lounge Lizard, I also took care of the low end with the built-in EQ. As well as for the atmosphere, again, I also took care of the low end from 90 Hz going down. And for the master channel, I just wanted to glue the whole sample together. So I added a sound shifter pitch stereo to pitch the whole sample by 1 cent, if I'm not mistaken. I then added a Kramer tape stereo, which is a tape emulation plugin from Waves. So with this plugin, I just wanted to add a little bit of saturation to make the sample a little bit vintage. I also added a L1 limiter from Waves as well, and with this L1 limiter, I'm just bringing up the volume a little bit so that it is louder for playback. And with that said, let me play you the final sample, and the final sample sounds like this. that's the final sample. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like, subscribe and share this video if you found it useful. And I also hope that you learned how to make this vintage laid back type of samples for yourself. And with that said, Food for the Soul Volume 2 is out, as well as my new EP. The links are in the description of this video.